In this video, I'm going to show you how to track the status and the uptime of any website for free. So as much as we would love for it to never happen, sometimes websites go down. That being said, being aware of the uptime and the status of a website is really important for a wide variety of people, 3 in particular. 1, if you're like me and you run your own website or app, it helps particularly from the standpoint of your customers to know if and when a site has gone down. The second type of person who would benefit from knowing the uptime and status of all the different websites that they manage and maintain is a web developer or a web development agency. Now, the third type of person who would benefit well from knowing when and if a site goes down is really any creator or anybody who works online consistently. And the reason is because almost all of us who are making a living on the internet really need to know when and if one of the sites that we rely upon for our work or for whatever it is that we're creating or producing goes down. If YouTube goes down when you're getting ready to upload a YouTube video, it might be nice to get a notification letting you know that YouTube's down. Same thing for Instagram or your email service or whatever it is. Having a notification or just having a nice status board that you can check to know and make sure that all the sites that you rely upon are up and running is endlessly useful. That being said, in this video, I'm going to show you a simple and free tool that you can start using immediately to track a number of different sites, their status, uptime, and more. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so the tool we're going to be looking at today is one called Pulsetic, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But the first thing you'll see as you sign into your Pulsetic account is a number of monitors. And so all that an individual monitor is pretty much what you would think. It is an individual site. If you're pretty familiar with me, you know that I have created a web app by the name of Radarist. Now, Radarist, my app, has an actual app URL, radarist.app, which is where the app itself lives. So if you're going to start using the app, you'll be at radarist.app. Radar.ist is kind of the marketing site. They're 2 separate instances or sites or URLs, and so it's very helpful for me to be able to track both of those. But there's a lot of web tools that I've created. Another one that I have created that is totally free is one called Startboard. And this is another instance of something that it would be nice to be able to monitor. So let's go ahead and click Add Monitor. And the cool thing is that you can just add any number of URLs and just separate them with a comma. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the HTTPS. I'm just adding one for now, so we'll just click Add Monitor. So once you add it, you'll see that we'll go through the process of checking, and then it will provide you the amount of uptime and then the last time that it provided a check. The cool thing as well is that you can go ahead and reorder these if you need to. Then you'll notice here the status. And so what it does here, and part of why I find this tool so incredible, is that it actually pings the site that you have requested amongst all of these different spaces. You can see it's still in the process of checking Paris, but it's checked all of these locations and all of them have come back with a valid ping. The other thing you can go in here and do is turn off any of the individual locations that you do not wish to have checked. So for whatever reason, I don't want Sweden to check, I can turn that off. The other thing that it's going to check is the certificate, which is important because SSL certificates expire over time. So it's helpful to know if for whatever reason that certificate has expired or is going to be expiring soon. If you're a web dev, you don't need me to explain this to you. If you're not a web dev and this is your site that you're managing, check with whatever hosting company that you're working with because they're going to be able to help you if there's ever any issues with your certificate. The other thing that you can do is you can go in here and you can start to organize by tags. So to do that, let's just go ahead and click on one of these sites and let's go to Edit Tags. And I'm just going to create a Radarist tag so that I can make sure that all my sites that are related to Radarist can have that Radarist tag. There we go. Perfect. And then if I want to, I can just click on tags. And then that way I can start to filter by the specific tags that I've created. So again, if I want to specify all the web apps and tools and websites I use for work, I can make a tag for work or whatever I needed or wanted to do. So this makes sense if you're managing your own collection of web apps or websites that you maintain for clients, but it doesn't really do a lot for you to that you just have this list of websites that you have to check regularly. Who wants to keep checking this homepage to see, what the uptime is? You can do that, But what's even more valuable is being able to go into a specific site, click the drop down, and then click alerts. And what you're able to do for this specific site is to have it notify you when the site goes down. You can have it email you, do SMS, it can send a Slack message, Telegram, all these different options all the way down to Discord or Teams. You can have it send you a notification the second the site goes down. And the even better thing is that you can create a distinction between different sites. Maybe you don't want a notification for some sites for whatever reason, or maybe you want to get a call or an SMS for one site and an email for another. For me, an email is going to work just fine, but it may differ for you. The other amazingly handy thing that you can do is something called a status page. And a status page is essentially going to be a page that has a collection of some of the specific sites that you're monitoring to let you know an overall status. So for example, I have created a Radarist app status page. So we can go ahead and visit that by, let's just go back to status pages and then open that URL. And as you can see, I was able to add my own logo, change the color scheme, and now it's got the uptime for each of the individual sites that I want to appear on that status page. So let's take a quick look at how that works. So if we jump in here, these are just general settings. I'm able to do a custom domain, so it looks like that was able to work. So I'll just go ahead and click update so that you can just use their standard domain, or you can add a custom one. So let's go ahead and go over to monitors to take a look here. So we've got all these different monitors that we would have typically, so all the different sites that you're currently monitoring. Then you can also drag them over to determine which of those sites are going to appear on this status page. So we can go ahead and click preview. And again, you see this information showing up here. The other thing that's really amazing about this is the ability to create custom incidents that appear on your status page. So if there's something that you know that is currently wrong, so let's say, website down. You can give it a date if you need to, and then click publish. Then if we go into the front page, you'd be able to see the current status of that incident and when it is resolved. So let's jump back over here, go to incidents, and then you can delete it, edit it, do whatever you need to do. And then once you've got it resolved, you can click publish. There we go. We click publish and we're all good to go. And we can now see it leaves this nice little timeline of what took place, which works great for the customer. The other thing that you're able to add on these status pages is maintenance. So this is a great way to be able to let your customers or website owners know that we are doing server. We are doing server maintenance. Give a quick description. Then we could say we were doing it on Monday, starting at 12. There you go. And you click Save Changes. The other option that we have available to us is some customization, which I talked about previously. So I won't go through all of these. It just allows you to make this page match your brand identity, the color configuration, add your logo so that it is more uniquely yours and it fits your sites. Now, one of the great things about these status pages is that even if you aren't necessarily using this for your own web apps or for your client web apps, you can create multiple status pages and then just start adding items to them. So let's say, for example, you have a list of sites that you're using all the time. Let's use their example. So maybe you use Google and you want to be able to have a page that you can bookmark and check regularly. You can just add all these items to this really easily. Then we can go over to status pages, create a new status page. Scroll on down. We can make this private so that people have to type in a password, to share with your coworkers or just keep private to yourself. Then all we got to do is just start dragging these over. Click Save Changes, click Preview, and then we've got our new status page. And again, you can keep this private, you can share it with whoever you want, and you can see the uptime. It's currently saying that Twitter is down, so you're going to be able to see in this example that this is what it looks like when a site goes down. And so it's also tracking right now how long that site has gone down. So if you just want to create your own custom page that you bookmark and check all the sites you use, you can do that. Or in addition to going into your monitors section and then picking the specific sites and what alerts you get, such as an email, when and if that site goes down. Now, regarding Pulsetic itself, like I said, they do have a free version. So let's take a quick look at their pricing. So the free version does come with quite a bit. You can do up to 10 sites that you are able to monitor, which it also monitors SSL. You can get those email alerts. You can even have some like Slack, Telegram, webhook alerts, and that's all included under the free. Now, if you want to go a little bit further and you want to have, quite a few more extra sites that you can monitor, along with, unlimited status pages, custom domain, well, those things are even included in the free, which is incredible. But things like incident updates, custom badges, which we didn't quite take a look at, but all that does is just allow you to kind of create your own custom statuses, how they appear depending on if a site goes down, password protection. So there are a lot of extra features that you can get on the different pro versions, but the free version can help you get up and running quickly, particularly if you are a creator and you just want to use this to monitor some of the top tools that you're using just to get notified if and when it goes down, and or creating a basic status page. So that's pretty much it. This tool has become a lifesaver for me, particularly for tracking the statuses and uptime of my own web apps and websites that I use every day. But regardless of whether or not you have your own web apps, or even if you're hosting a whole bunch of sites for clients, even if you're just a creator who needs to keep track of a few specific sites to make sure you know when and if they go down, Pulsetic is an excellent tool. Now, I do have an affiliate link for Pulsetic if you would like to check it out. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's a great way for you to help and support the channel, and I will leave a link to that in the description below. But as always, if you found this video useful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.